everybody, Granny's back. I am visiting Vonne for Christmas, and I got myself a nice cup of tea in a Christmas beaker. And a nice underputter. It's hot. I've got some leftover paper nuts. I love them. They're with chocolate. I gave Cracker ook one, and he loves them as well. So I thought, you know what? Vonne had made a tutorial about the Alpine stitch, and in that tutorial she told all kinds of things you could make with them, but she never told you can make a hat with the pineapple stitch. So I got myself her crochet needle, the number 9 millimeter, and I've got an other ball of Highland 8. This is some gorgeous forest green. This is color number 074. 074. En een 9 mm haaknaald. So that's where I'm going to crochet the hat with. But first I will take a sip of the tea. Still very hot. And a chocolate paper nut. And let me show the example I already made, but I forgot to get it. So I will get it, and then I will be back and show you the Alpine stitch hat. Wait a minute, I will be back soon. So let me get this all out of the way so you can see it properly. This is the Alpine stitch hat I'm going to make for you. This is the outside, the upside, the downside, the inside, all the sides. And this is for an adult. When you want to make it for a child, I don't think you should use this thick yarn. Use thinner yarn, because you don't need a lot of stitches to make an adult hat. And when you want to make it for a child, you don't have any stitches left, and then the effect of the yarn isn't all that obvious. So then take a little bit thinner yarn. But for an adult, Vonne fits this hat. Wiebe had it on, and it fits. Now, Wiebe has a bigger hat than Vonne, and it's a little bit stretchy, but not too much, because of the chains we are going to start with. It's never that flexible. So when you make it with size 9 millimeter hook and the Highland 8, it's for an adult. Well, I think we have talked enough. Let's go and crochet a bit. Okay, the Highland 8. Of course, the link to the yarn is down in the description. Vonne will put it there. It's from Lammy, and it is 100 grams, about 100 meters, 50% wool and 50% acrylic. And don't go screaming about the wool, because this is super soft. Really, it is. Wool, don't be afraid of it. Really, don't be. I'm going to make a loop on my hook with a tail so I can sew that away. And we are going to crochet 39 single crochet chains, 39 chains. And don't crochet them tightly, because we are going to crochet in the back loop of the chain, and you must be able to put your needle through it. And when you crochet very tight, let me take a sip of my tea. When you crochet very tight, you can put the needle in the loop. So a bit loosely. 39. 1, 2, 3. Just pretend it is your cat or something and you want to stroke it. So you do very slowly. A little kitten, a little puppy. Be nice to your yarn. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, until I have 39 of those chains. In the meantime, I'm going to eat a peppermint. So, I cut myself 39 chain stitches. If you want to make another size, you should have an uneven amount of stitches. So, other size, other yarn, an uneven amount of chain stitches. That will be very good. When you close this should fit snugly around your head. See, there's stretch in it, so when it lays like this, you say, well, that's far too small, but it stretches. So fit it around your head, and then when you have an uneven amount, I have 39, we are going to crochet in the back bump over here. You see this? This is the front, that's all those V. And when you feel on the back of the V stitches, you feel bumps. And those bumps we are going to crochet in. When you say, well, Granny, I've tried that 1,000,000 times and I can't do that, then that's not a problem. You start exactly like I do in the second stitch, but then you put your needle in the V stitch, then your bottom round, because we are going to start here at the bottom of the head. And here there are all kinds nice V's, but when you can't do in the back loop, in the bump, then please don't worry, just crochet in the single crochet. In the single crochet in the chain. English is quite complicated. Well, when you are going to crochet in the bump on the back, then right behind your thread, there is a bump. See over here. You're going to skip that one and you go to the next bump. I pinch my chains a bit and then that bump sticks out. I put my needle to the bump and pull it on my needle. Then I yarn over and pull through and make a single crochet. In that single crochet I'm going to put a stitch marker, just because it makes my life easier. It's this complicated enough, so crocheting should be very relaxing. So, stitch marker. And now you are going to find the next bump. It's right behind. You see all those bumps? That's where we are going to crochet. All single crochets. And when you have done all the bumps, you should have an even number of single crochets. So I started with 39 chains and I will end up with 38 single crochets. When you start with 101 chains, you should end up with 100 single crochets. Do you understand what I mean? I think you do. So, in the bump, put your needle to the bump, like this, and then with your finger, pull that bump over your needle. And then you can yarn over, pull through, and make a single crochet. You do this all the way to the end. And I will meet you back over there. So, another paper knot. Shh. when you have come to the end of the row, it looks a bit like this, all curling up and all. Well, you can solve that by taking the chain where you crocheted in and pull on it, like that. You see, here's a big quankle, and when you pull it, it's nice and flat. And you do that all the way. You can do that with all your crochet. When you have to stitch in the beginning chain, just pull on the chain and it all will fall into place. It's very handy. Okay, needle back in the loop, and now we are going to close the round with a slip stitch. So you take your crochet piece, you fold it together to where your stitch marker is, and make sure there is no twist. It should lay nice flat like this, not in a twist like this, but nice and flat. And then you put your needle in the stitch with the stitch marker, and then you are going to close with a slip stitch. So I take the marker out and put my needle in that same place, like that. And then I pull up a loop, woohoo, and close it. You see, like this. Now you have a little gap over here, a little opening, but in the end you use your tail to sew that close. Now we are going to crochet double crochets, stokjes. And the first one are 2 single crochet. 2, 1 and 2. And in the second one I put my stitch marker back. And now I'm going to crochet double crochets, 1 in each single crochet. So I will end up with 38 double crochets. And those first 2 chains, that is the first one. So this is 1 and this is 2 and 3 and 4. I love counting. This is 4 and then 5. And when you count them all, you should have 38. Dus as many as single crochets you had, you will have double crochets. I will be back. Let me take another paper nut. Okay, when you have all your double crochets done and you counted them, then you should have over here, you should have the slip stitch left. Don't crochet in the slip stitch. It's a fake stitch. It doesn't count stitch. We are going to close the round in the chain with the stitch marker, with the slip stitch. It's a very little chain marker, but okay, it works. A slip stitch, like that. And then you have 2 rows done. Ha! It's nice. Okay, now we are going to crochet the single crochets again. 1 in each stitch. So make 1 chain, and then in the stitch you closed, you start with your first single crochet. Like this. And stitch marker. I love those little guys. Stitch markers, they are so handy. And now 1 single crochet in each stitch. This is the first, here is the second, and you should end up with 38 single crochets. And after this round we are really going to start the Alpine stitch in the round. Because Funna made the tutorial for crocheting flat, and a hat is round, so we are crocheting the Alpine stitch in the round. And at the top of the head, we are going to decrease because we have to close the head. You can't have a head with an open up top. Open bottom, that's nice because then your head fits in it. But with the open top, that's very cold. Unless you have a paardenstaart. What's that in English? I don't know. Then you, when you have a hole in your head, you can put your staart erdoor. But Granny doesn't have a tail. A ponytail. Is it a ponytail or paardenstaart? I think so. Now, crochet all those single crochets, one in each stitch, and you still should have 38 stitches. Okay, let's continue. Closing the round with the slip stitch in that first single crochet. Now we are going to do the Alpine stitch. So, we have to start with a double crochet, and I'm going to crochet 2 chains, and now I can't find my stitch marker. Oh, I've got some other ones. They're a little bit big, but look, it's you can put a little note in here, but in the second chain I'm going to put this one, so it's a bit big, but it's a stitch marker. And now this double crochet fits into the stitch you closed, and it belongs to the double crochet, the row below. So you go to the next double crochet, and there you will make your voorlangs hefstokje. Front pop, front post, double crochet. So yarn over between the posts and pull up your yarn a bit high, just like Vonne did in her stitch tutorial, and make your double crochet. Like that. And in the next single crochet, you crochet a simple double crochet. And this is how you do this round. Like that. This one belongs to this double crochet, so the next one, I'm skipping one, you know. Next one, pull up a bit of a high loop and make your double crochet. And then the next single crochet, an ordinary double crochet, like that. And that's how you continue this round. And I will see you at the end. Because if you don't know this stitch, please go to Vonne's tutorial about the Alpine stitch. Did I yarn over? I don't know. Yes, now I yarned over, like this. And finish your row, your round, and I will be back for the next round. You see, like this. So look. I'm almost at the end of my round, you see. I have to skip this double crochet and make a front post double crochet around this one. So, that's the last one. Like that. And then I close my round in that second single crochet with the stitch marker. So the stitch marker I'm going to get out and close my round with a slip stitch, like that. And then you have this all around. This should fit around your head. Let me try. Yes, it fits. Oh, so good. Now, the next row is another row of single crochets. So you do 1 chain to bring up your yarn, and in that chain stitch you closed your round, you start with your first single crochet, like that. And to make it myself very easy, I put my stitch marker back in. I think I'm going to find another one, but this one will do. And now every stitch gets a single crochet all the way around. just like when you do this flat, you don't crochet in the round, but you crochet heen en weer. Then you do the same, but then you turn your work. And that's not what we are doing here right now. We are crocheting in the round, because we want a round head. But you can also make an earwarmer, of course. Then you make it as high as you want your earwarmer to be. And then you stop after a round of single crochets. Then you have a nice earwarmer. But I want to show you how to make a hat, a beanie, with the Alpine stitch. So you learn to crochet in the round. Now, one single crochet in each stitch. So, I have done my last single crochet in that front post double crochet, and now I close the round in the first single crochet. This is not very nice, but okay. A slip stitch. I love slip stitches. Like that. You see? Now you have this round with this little opening, but you sew that away with your tail. Now we have to do the next round of front post thingies. And you have to start your first front post around those 2 chains the row below. To do that, you chain 1. That's only to give your stitch a bit of room. You don't count that stitch. It's just to skip that stitch later on. But this is to bring your yarn up. And then you yarn over. You go to that 2 chains below. And you make your front post. Like that. And in that stitch, you put your stitch marker. I am going to get myself another one. Really, I am. This is not easy. This is a very strange stitch marker. So, in that double crochet, you put your stitch marker so you can close your round over here. The next single crochet, you put a normal double crochet. You have to stay in the picture, Granny. Like that. Yarn over. The next normal double crochet, you skip the front post and you go to the next normal. And this is how you continue this round. Just like flat crocheting, but now in the round. It's only the start of the round and the end of the round. That is a little bit different, but it's very easy as well. I will zoom out a bit. It's more easy to stay in the picture. So, skipping this one because this is a front post, and I go to the next normal double crochet and make a front post around that post. Pull up a long loop and make the front post. A normal double crochet around the normal double crochet. A front post double crochet, so you skip the front post, make a long loop, you know, and then you get this. And then the Alpine stitch is going to be visible already. It's a beautiful stitch. I wonder what it looks like when you do it with the zien thread. Not as thick as this Highland 8. I think it will be beautiful as well. But you can try it. I really love these big stitches because it schiet so lekker op. But when you do it with cotton or something, or thinner acrylic yarn, it will be beautiful as well. And I wonder what happens when you do those double crochets in a different color every round. That will be beautiful as well. Now, let me continue this round. And if I don't forget, let me get another stitch marker because I'm very beu of this one. I think this one is more to hang on your work when you want to lay it away, put it away, so you can stick a little note in that klemmetje, so you know what you were doing, the name of the pattern, the yarn, your needle size, so you can continue on a later day. So you don't forget it and have to throw it away because you don't remember what you were doing. You see, continue, like this. This round you end with a normal double crochet in your single crochet. Those names in English. And you close your round in the stitch with the stitch marker. With a slip stitch. Yes, Krako. You see, and then you have this all around. You continue the pattern with a round of single crochets. So, one chain, and then in the stitch you closed, you do a single crochet, like that. I am going to get another stitch marker, really I am. Stitch marker in the first single crochet to make life easy. Not as easy as I would like, but one round of single crochets, and that is the pattern repeat. Really it is. Those 4 rounds. You see, like this. I will be back over here. Stupid thing. Closing the round with a slip stitch, like that. Oh, this is beautiful. You could have a nice ear warmer like this, as long as you stop after a round of single crochets, and you have a very nice ear warmer. Let me show you the start of those post rounds one more time. So that is different from the usual stitch. So let me show you. This round you start with a normal double crochet, and in this case starting with a normal double crochet is 2 chains, like that. And then you hang your stupid stitch marker back. I don't know why I don't like them, but okay, I don't like them. Like that. And this one belongs to this front post right below. So you go to the next normal double crochet and you make a double post around that one. With the high loop, eh? And then you continue with a normal. Skip this front post and go to the normal double crochet and make a front post around it. That's how you start. Then you continue all the round and you end up over here with a slip stitch. You do your last front post over here and then close with the slip stitch, and then you continue with a round of single crochets, and then I will be back to show you how to start the next round of posts, and then you should be able to do it all by yourself, I'm sure. I've got myself another stitch marker, a normal one. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, I did my round of the 4 front post thingies and a round of single crochets. I closed with a slip stitch. Oh, I'm so happy. And now this round of the Alpine stitch, we have to start again with a front post double crochet. So you do first one chain. And you don't count it as the stitch. It's just a single crochet. Very, well, zielig, because we don't count him. But, okay, we do him anyway. So, one single crochet. And then you yarn over. And then you go down to those 2 single crochets from the previous Alpine stitch row. So, those 2. And you go around those 2, and then you make your front post double crochet with that high loop, you know. And that is your first stitch. So there I'm going to put my stitch marker. Oh, I'm so happy I've got a normal stitch marker. And now we simply continue the pattern in the next single crochet, a normal double crochet. And in the one after that, we do a front post. You skip this front post and you go to the next normal and you do your double, just like Vonne told you. Okay, how many rounds do you have to do? Well, that depends on your size of hat and needle and yarn and all. You can fit your hat, your beanie around your head, and then you put it on your head like this. When you lay your hand on top of the last row, you should not feel your hair. You put this side as low as you want it, halfway your ears or something, and then when you put your hand on top of it, you shouldn't feel your hair in there. So, like that. You can stand in front of a mirror and when you watch, you shouldn't see any hair sticking out of it. Then your head is high enough and we can continue by closing it. Closing I will show you as well. So, continue these rounds. When you want a headband, you stop after your round of single crochets. And when you want a beanie, a hat, then you stop also after a round of single crochets, but only when your hair isn't visible anymore. You shouldn't feel it when your hand lays on top of your beanie, when you put it on. When you lay your hand now on top of your beanie, you won't feel any hair because there is no hair over there. So that's logical. But when you put this on your head, you shouldn't feel your hair in there. And you shouldn't see it in front of the mirror. And you end with a round of single crochets. And then I will be back and we are going to close the beanie, the head. Okay? I love it. See you later. So, I did my rounds. I'm sorry. And I've got myself a tape measure to show you how big this is for me. It is 16, 17 centimeters, just about. And when I turn it around, it is 6 inches and 3/4 of an inch. 6.5, 3/4 of an inch, just about. And now when I put it on my head, I don't feel my hair anymore. So now we can go and close the head, the beanie. How are we going to do? We are going to skip stitches. Really, we are. It's fun. We are going to start. Look, if you have your single crochet above the 2 chains, then you start with that round post. If you have your single crochet around an all-round post, then you do 1 chain and you skip that stitch and you go to the next normal double crochet. We are going to skip all the front post double crochets, but I have to start over here with a front post. So 1 chain, so the yarn is up, and then around this 2 chain, so a normal double crochet, I'm going to crochet a front post double crochet, and my nice stitch marker goes in that stitch. So if you have a front post beneath your slip stitch, then you skip that stitch and you go 1 stitch further. But now I am going to do another front post. I'm going to skip this stitch and I go to the normal double crochet and make a front post. This whole round we are only going to crochet front post double crochets, like that. Yarn over, skipping the next front post, going to the normal front post and make a front post. Like that. And again, all the way around. And then you have the half of your amount stitches left. You see? Skipping the front post double crochet, I'm going to front post double crochet around the normal. We don't work in the single crochets this round, only front post around the normal double crochet. And then you get the half of your amount of stitches. You see? It's very easy, it's not complicated. Like that. Woohoo! Oh, I'm almost at the end of the round. It goes so quickly. I love it when a plan comes together. Who said that? It was the man with the cigar from the A-team. I loved it. Oh, I've got a little nut. They knotted the yarn together. That's okay. Look. Just work it into the stitch and no one will see it. It's in the back. You see? No one notices the knot in the yarn. It's almost impossible for the manufacturers to make all their yarn without knots. Because when they do, they have to throw away a lot of yarn. And that's zonde. We are trying to be more durable, more duurzaam. And then the manufacturer should go throw away all the yarn because you don't like knots in your yarn. So please don't make a fuss. Okay, I've done my last front post double crochet and I'm going to close in the first where the stitch marker is. And now there comes an easy round. Every stitch gets a single crochet. You see how much smaller it has become already? You see? It's nice, it goes very quickly. And now you do 1 round of ordinary single crochets. I'm doing the first one with the stitch marker and I'm going all the way around. All those front post double crochets you made, you give 1 single crochet. Like this. I'm doing it a bit fast because single crochets are so easy and this round is so easy. So we can do this gewoon lekker a bit fast. It's not a problem. You can do it. You can slow the video down if you want. Then I will talk like I am drunk. I never drink alcohol. But then I sound like I'm drunk. But I'm not. Really, I'm not. I'm not. Almost there. Yes, Krakel, almost there. You see, this is the last stitch. And now I'm closing with a slip stitch in the stitch with the slip marker. Like that. And now I am going to make a front post double crochet, but I am skipping stitches. The first one is right below, so I did one single crochet and I'm going right below here and around this front post double crochet I put my needle and make a front post double crochet with the stitch marker in it, like that. And then the next front post double crochet I'm going to skip. I'm going to the next one and make a front post double crochet around it. And then you think, oh, there's a hole over here, but later you will not notice, really you won't. So, skipping the next front post double crochet and going to the next one. Make a front post double crochet. Skipping the next one, going to the next. And you do this all the way around. And you will see the gap will close. The gap, the hole, will be much smaller again. Like that. And you still have yarn. I have yarn. And one little ball of Highland 8. Oh, skipping this one, going to the next. You must do it right. Pay attention, Granny. Yes, Krakel. Skipping this one, going over there. Put that on the side, makes noise. Skipping the next one, going over here. Skipping the next one and going over there. Yes, this one I skipped. And then I close my round. Like this. And then you have this left. You see? It's a little hole. When you have a ponytail, you leave it like this. But when you want it closed, we are going to do the last round. Okay, the last round. We are going to crochet 2 single crochets together. So, I'm doing a chain, and then in the stitch I closed, I pull up a loop. And in the next stitch I pull up a loop. And then I yarn over and go through all 3. And there I put my stitch marker back. I love this stitch marker. It's way better than the last one. And then turn your work a little bit, and the next 2 stitches we are going to crochet together. So put your needle in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and go to the next stitch and pull up a loop. And then you yarn over and pull through all your loops. Turn your work and do it again. Pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the loops. Next 2 stitches, pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, and yarn over through all the stitches. And now I have 2 stitches left, so like that. And now I have to have a pair of scissors, because I have to Now, let me first close this round in the stitch with the stitch marker. And you have it's in the button. Oh, that's okay, like this. Go away. A slip stitch. And now I need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. And this very small cap that is left, we are going to weave together. So I'll be back. Wait a minute. Wait. I will really be back. Got myself a pair of scissors. Well, you see, I've got this big loop which was on my needle, you know. So I'm going to cut it with a tail. Okay, and I've got this much yarn left. Now I pulling the tail through that loop, like that, and I'm sure I had a needle. Where is my needle? Did I lose? Oh, it fell on the ground. Oh, I find another stitch marker on the ground. It's a nice one with a little hand on it. I found it. Oh, I'm lucky. Look, now I'm going to, I have a needle with a big eye, a nice pink one, and I'm going to do the yarn through the eye. And now I have to pay attention. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to weave in my needle 5 times in the front loop of those V's. So like this. In the front loop. That's 1. That's 2. Over here is 3, 4, and the last time. That's just wiggle it in like that. And then you pull on the tail and the hole will close. You see? Just like that. And then when you find the center of the hole, put your needle in, turn your beanie inside out, and ta-da! There is your needle. And now you can weave in your end just the way you like it. Just do something so it don't come loose. It's a bit funny when your head falls apart when you are wearing it. So weave in your tails like that. Give it a bit of a tug. You see, like that. And then at the end, I'm going to make a funny button. Like I have my finger here in the yarn, I twist my finger and I put my needle in the loop. Pulling the loop until it touches my work, holding it over there with my thumb and pulling the needle out. Go, like that. And now you have a little loop. And you can cut off your tail. Don't cut it too short, it's on the inside so nobody will see. Like that. And then we have one more thing to do. And that is close that little gap at the beginning. So also over here a tail. And try and do your best to do it as neatly as possible. I've cut myself a stitch over here. So I'm going through the stitch, like that. Don't pull it all the way tight, but leave a little loop over here. And then I go down in that V-stitch over there, you see? And then it should look like you have a little V over here. And you won't notice. You see? It's nice. And then you can sew away this tail and do that any way you like. I do it like this, but I'm not perfect in sewing away. I know. So when you are perfect, please do it your way. Don't do it my way. I do it my way. This is down, up, and down once again, and then it won't come loose. And I can cut my tail. And I've got myself a hat, a beanie. And if you want to, you can do more of those rounds, so it will be longer. And then you can flip it over, and you have a nice brim over here. You see? It's possible too. I love this pattern. I will show you the other one. Wait a minute, I made another one. Fonna made the other one and told me to do this one. Wait a minute, I will go and get it. See? This is the other color. It's exactly the same, and you can turn the brim as well, and then you have... This is a real beanie. See? This is a real beanie. I love it. Wiebe fits it. I fit it. Fonna fit it. And when you want to make it for a child, you must calculate your own stitches. But Fonna told that in the beginning. I want to thank you for watching. The link to the yarn down below at JaniceEve.be. And Eva has the same yarn, but in all kinds of fancy colors as well. And I hope to see you back with another tutorial. Thank you everybody for watching, and see you next time.